Hackers know how to play with the web like no other. Some do this out of idealism, others have darker intentions. Computer hacking is the act of identifying and exploiting systems and networks' vulnerabilities in order to obtain unauthorized access to those systems. Hacking costs companies and consumers trillions of dollars every year. We have assembled a list of the most notorious hackers in the history. Astra, this hacker has never been publicly identified. Reportedly, he had been hacking into the Dassault group for almost half of a decade. During that time, he stole cutting-edge weapons, technology, software, and data, which he then sold to 250 individuals around the world. His hacking cost the Dassault group $360 million in damages. No one knows why his complete identity has never been revealed. But the word Astra is a Sanskrit word for weapon. Jonathan James, according to the New York Times, what really earned James' attention was his hack into the computers of the United States Department of Defense. His hacking allowed him to access over 3,000 messages from government employees, usernames, passwords, and other sensitive data. James was arrested in 2000 and was sentenced to 6-month house arrest and banned from recreational computer use. In 2008, James committed suicide by gunshot. According to the Daily Mail, his suicide note stated, "I have no faith in the justice system. Perhaps my actions today and this letter will send a strong message to the public. Either way, I have lost control of this situation, and this is my only way to regain control." Kevin Poulsen. In 1983, a 17-year-old Poulsen hacked into ARPANET, the Pentagon Computers Network, and he was let off with a warning. In 1988, Poulsen hacked the federal computer and dug into files pertaining to the deposed president of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos. According to his own website, in 1990, he hacked a radio station contest and ensured that he was the 102nd caller, winning a brand new Porsche, a vacation, and $20,000. Poulsen was soon arrested and barred from using a computer for 3 years. Michael Kolsa. In February 2000, 15-year-old Michael Kolsa disrupted the #1 search engine at the time, Yahoo. Within 1 week, he had also brought down Dell, eBay, CNN, and Amazon using a distributed denial of service (DDoS) attack that overwhelmed corporate service and caused their website to crash. Kolsa's wake-up call was perhaps the most jarring for cybercrime investors and internet proponents. Johnson James Anchita. Using a series of large-scale botnets, he was able to compromise more than 400,000 computers in 2005. According to Ars Technica, he then rented these machines out to the advertising companies, and he was also paid to directly install bots or adware on specific systems. Anchita was sentenced to 57 months in prison, and this was the first time a hacker was sent to the jail for using the botnet technology. Matthew Bivin and Richard Price. Matthew Bivin and Richard Price are a team of British hackers who hacked into multiple military networks in 1996. They have been accused of nearly starting a third world war after they dumped career research onto American military systems. Bivin claims he was looking to prove a UFO conspiracy theory. Malicious intent or not, Bivin and Price demonstrated that even military networks are vulnerable. Albert Gonzalez. Gonzalez stole more than 180 million payment card accounts from companies including OfficeMax, Dave & Buster's, and Boston Market. Using a basic SQL injection, this famous hacker and his team created backdoors in several corporations' networks, stealing an estimated $256 million from TGX alone. During his sentencing in 2015, the federal prosecutor called Gonzalez human victimization unparalleled. Adrian Lammo. Lammo often hacked systems and then notified both press and his victims. However, Lammo took things too far in 2002 when he hacked the New York Times internet, added himself to the list of expert sources, and began conducting research on high-profile public figures. Lammo earned the moniker the homeless hacker because he preferred to wander the streets with little more than backpack and often had no fixed address. Anonymous got its start in 2003 on fortune message boards in unnamed form. The group exhibits little organization and is loosely focused on the concept of social justice. For example, in 2008, the group took issue with the Church of Scientology and began disabling their websites, thus negatively impacting their search ranking in Google and overwhelming its fax machines with all black images. In March 2008, a group of Anons marched past Scientology centers around the world, wearing the now famous Guy Fawkes mask. As noted by the New Yorker, while the FBI and other law enforcement agencies have tracked down some of the group's more prolific members, the lack of any real hierarchy makes it almost impossible to identify or eliminate Anonymous as all. Kevin Manick, a seminal figure in American hacking, Kevin Manick got his start as a teen. In 1981, he was charged with stealing computer manuals from Pacific Bell. In 1982, he hacked the North American Defense Command, an achievement that inspired the 1983 film War Games. In 1989, he hacked the Digital Equipment Corporation's network and made copies of their softwares, because the DEC was leading a computer manufacturer at the time. This act put Manick on the map. He was later arrested, convicted and sent to prison. During his conditional release, he hacked Pacific Bell's voicemail systems. Although Manick ultimately went to white hat, he may be part of the both hats gray area. According to Wired, in 2013, he launched Manick's Absolute Zero-Day Exploit Exchange, which sells unbatched critical software exploits to the highest bidder. Some of these top hackers aimed to make the world a better place, others to prove UFO theories, some wanted money and others hoped for fame. All these people played a critical role in the evolution of the internet and cybersecurity. Do you know of any notorious hackers in history? Be sure to share their names with us.